Hi guys, and welcome to Carstory, and Carstory is where we give you the real car stories. Again, we are at Urban Drive located on Kiambu Road at the Evergreen. That is the second location, and you can all come and see the variety of cars we have here. And today we have Nissan Serena. This is 2015 model. Now, the Nissan Serena 2015 model, this is the fourth generation of the Nissan Serena. And Nissan Serena was launched in 1991 in Japan. That is because it's a Japan-made car. But the sales in other countries started going out in 1992. Now, this particular car here is a 2.0 petrol engine. When they were starting, the first models had the two engines where we have a petrol engine and a diesel engine. Up to the second generation, the third generation did not have a diesel engine option, and continues to the fourth generation, where this is the fourth generation, and even the sixth generation. Now, for this particular one, it's a 2015 model, as I said. It's 2.0 and it's hybrid. Now, this is the first generation to have hybrid engines in the Serena family. Now, talking about the Serena family, this is a minivan. And when the Serena was being launched, there were no other, the minivans were not popular, because you see, like, we have the minivan from Toyota, that is Vauxhall and Noah. They all came after Serena. The only minivan that existed before was a minivan by Volvo, and it was still not an efficient one. So this came as to the corporate world, to the family unit. I mean, it came as a helper to aid the people that needed more capacity on their vehicles. Now, so much has been done on Serena from the launching date to date. From 1991 to 2015, so much had been done, because it's 2015. And because we also have the fifth generation that is already selling, so much also has been done on it. And a car that comes with a hybrid engine comes with fuel efficiency, and it comes with so many extras just to help the owner of the car to be able to handle the car, or rather to take care of the car. Matters fuel efficiency, matters maintenance, name it. Most of the things that were improved on this car were the appearance on the front part. The first generation was a bit smaller, and even the space inside was smaller. But as the generations continued to come up, they continued to improve. And the first generation was not looking really good. So the second generation, actually, some of the customers that bought the first generation recommended that the looks of the car be improved. And that's why we had the second generation looking better, and of course the third and the fourth generation looking even better. The looks of the car has really been worked on since the first generation. This being the fourth generation, so much has been improved. Even looking at, you can tell that there is so much that has been done on it. For example, the front grille, if you look at the first generation, it doesn't look like this particular generation. So that tells you the kind of transition the car has gone through since it was manufactured. Now, even the fog lights, the first generation did not have fog light. The first generation also did not have protruding lights and xenon light. I mean, so much has been done on the Serena, Nissan Serena. Now, the 2015 model has been rated as one of the best corporate and family cars. And being a 2.0 petrol engine, it gives you what you need for a family car. You know, not a very fast car, yeah, because you know most of us, when you're with family, you want to just have that smooth ride, but without a lot of risks. So I'm not going to assure you on speed on this particular car, as we'll see as we continue seeing about the horsepower and the torque. And most of the times, the box-like cars, if you are a fast driver, you are exposing yourself to possible accidents. Yeah, so let's look at this one, because I have talked about other generations. Let's look at this one that we have right here and see what we have. Now, this car comes with fog lights and the front grille that has gone through a lot of modification, and it makes the front part of the car look really good. Actually, looking at the car without looking at the protruding parts, you'll not be able to know that this is actually Serena. Because if you've seen the previous model, especially the first and the second generation of Serena, you'll see that so much has been done on it. Look at the rims. It comes with this particular one comes with sport alloy rims, and of course with a Nissan emblem. And the alloy rims complement the looks of the car, since they're in silver, and the body of the color of the body of the car is also silver. And as I told you, this is a S hybrid, and it gives you better fuel economy. It gives you hybrid is an hybrid car is to give you fuel economy, and also it is better in maintenance. Though some models that we have had issues with some parts, like the batteries. If it has an issue, the batteries are very expensive sometimes, and maybe the gearboxes, sometimes if they have an issue, you find out that they are very, very expensive. But if it doesn't have an issue, it's a very good car, it's a very efficient car, and it is not as hard to maintain as the other cars that are not. Now, this car is an automatic door where you press to open, and also this one. And also the back door you press to open. That one will be able to check when we are checking the back side of the car. Now, the door controls, it comes with door controls where you control the back and front windows, and also you have your lock where you can lock the windows if you do not want them open. This is where you lock and unlock your doors, and that's how the door looks. The door comes with a small compartment. For this case, someone decided to have a piece of paper on it, a small compartment on the door. But I'm assuring you, this car, in terms of space, it is very spacious, especially back side, the back part of the car. And the reason why this car is very spacious on the back side of the car, it is because it was made to have more passengers than, actually it was made for carrying people more than traveling just alone. Imagine traveling alone in a 8-seater car, yeah? So that is the reason why it is most spaces are at the back. Now, let's see what we have at the front part of the Nissan Serena. We have the steering controls. This is where you control. So this is where you have your controls for your stereo system. You control your stereo system. You can have it on or off. And the steering controls are not as in other cars, like for example, if you check a car like Voxy or Noah, the 2015 model, the steering controls have been consolidated so much that you can connect your Bluetooth through the steering controls. I mean, you can really do so much on the steering controls. But for this particular one, we only have the controls just for adjusting the volume, to cancel. Maybe you want to cancel something that maybe a program that is playing on your stereo system. Now, most of the controls are not on the steering control, but just around here, because this is where you have your lane assist. This is where you want to know if you want your car to maintain the lane. Maybe you're driving at night, you cannot, your vision is not very good, or maybe even during the day. This is the button you press for the car to be able to monitor the lanes for you. Now, if you want the car to be on eco mode, this is where you want your car to consume less fuel. You press this button here and you have your car on eco mode. This is for the light on the dash, on the display, where you see your speed, which door is open, blah 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 blah. So this is where you increase and reduce the light. This is to set the trip. The drivers know where maybe you want to have a 200 kilometers trip. This is where you set for it to inform you how many kilometers are remaining, fuel consumption, how much fuel consumption are you likely to consume during the trip, yeah, and so on and so forth. So this is where you control your mirrors. This is a mirror control system. This is where you can close the mirrors and open them. Yeah, if you want to control the right side mirror or the left side mirror, this is the button you press, and then you're able to control your mirrors. Now, looking at the display here, you have your climate control. This is where you control your climate, and the climate control of this car is very normal, not as other cars that we have seen that you can control the climate on the back seat and blah 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 blah. This is very normal. We are talking of a minivan, so this is where you control your climate, and this is where you have your stereo display, your radio, if maybe you want to watch something which is not recommended if you're driving. Now, something else very interesting here, you have your skidding buttons. This is where you have either if maybe the areas you are in is a bit slippery, yeah, you can press the button, or you can have the car on auto mode, so that if the car detects that the area is slippery, the skidding mode is engaged automatically. Now, this is where you open your fuel tank, and this is where you open the bonnet, and you have a space here for your phone, and then you have another big space here where you can have your documents, another space here for the co-driver. You can have more stuff here, and these are your door handles. Now, this car is stitched with a cloth, and the stitches look really nice. It's the dominating interior color is black. That makes the car look really, really nice. So we have cup holders here for the driver and co-driver, yeah, and this is a gear lever. The car is a keyless entry, so you just press the button and you are good to go. Now, let's see what we have at the back seat of this car. So the back door is completely pressed to open. So just press, and then you have access to your car. So these seats, even the front seat, actually I forgot to tell you, they are adjusted manually. They are adjusted manually, so you can adjust as you want it to be. And then here you can adjust, you lift this piece of metal here, and then you can be able to adjust the seat as much as you want. Yeah, so that creates a space for you depending on how many passengers you have on the car, because this car is supposed to have 8 people on it, so you can be able to adjust the seats depending on do you have passengers at the back, because of course you have if you have passengers at the third row, it will be unfair for you to have the seat at the position it is right now, because there is no space for the person who is at the third row. But all in all, this particular the second row of this car is comfortable, and the best thing also with these seats, you can completely recline them, and you can have your comfort as you travel. Yeah, you can have your comfort as you travel, and that's, for me, that is very comfortable. Yeah, if you do not have passengers on that row. You also have your armrest. This is where you have your armrest, and this also serves as a part of the seat. If we are able to adjust this seat, here you can have 3 passengers. Yeah, you can have 3 passengers here, and you are good to go. So this is the spacing of this car. So which I think is very, very spacious, bearing in mind we are talking of a minivan. So accessing the back seats, you can either access them from the left door or the right door. This car has 2 doors, back doors, and they are both functional. So you can access either through the left door or the right door, and I'll show you how to access. So this is how you do it, and then you are able to access the third row of this car. Now, the best thing also with this row, you can as well recline your seats, and you are able to feel comfortable on the car. So if you have the seat at that point, you are able to, actually you have enough space for you to travel comfortably. Yeah, of course not as comfortable as the second row, but it's still comfortable. It's not as uncomfortable as other 7-seaters we have reviewed before. So this comes also with cup holders. You can have your cups on this cup holder here. There is also a bottle holder, cup holder here, and there is a place here where you can have, maybe you can just have your phone. Now, the only challenge with this row is that you cannot open the windows. They are closed. They are completely closed. They are permanently closed. That's what I mean. So you cannot be able to open them. But the good thing is that you have your climate control here, where you can adjust, not control, you can just adjust according to the control that has been set by the driver or the co-driver. Yeah, so you have sufficient, I would say it's just sufficient leg room and headroom. If you compare with other 7-seaters, most of the 7-seaters, you'll find out either the leg room or the headroom is so limited that if you are as tall as I am, you are not able to sit comfortably because of maybe the headroom or the leg room. But the Nissan Serena has really worked on that, and I think for me that's a really nice thing. Now we will check what we have in the trunk of this car before we feel how it drives. So the back access of this car looks like this. Even after having the third row lifted, you can still have some space for your cargo, and this is enough space for you. And I think having seen that, I think for those guys that are looking for a family car, this is a really, really nice family car. Yeah, you want to go for a vacation with your people and have some fun, this is the right car for you. So it comes also with a back camera. Comes with a back camera, and that is to help you when you're reversing or when you're parking. And looking also at the back part of this car, it still looks very, very beautiful. And I'll be popping out the other models as we do the video, and you'll be seeing how they look like, so that you can also give me your honest opinion on the looks of this car. I can't wait to review the 5th generation of this car, because for me this is a very commendable improvement. Now, another thing that has been improved on this car is the suspension. The Nissan model, actually the entire Nissan model is known for having unreliable suspensions, and I would say something is happening. And Nissan, if you look the models that has been produced from around 2012, 2013 going forward, so much has been done. And if you are a Nissan owner, you can tell us on the comment section how or what you feel about the current Nissan manufacturing. Because for me, I think I have seen a difference. Also, there were complaints about the Nissan engines overheating. For example, the Nissan X-Trail had a lot of issues with overheating, but 2012 going forward, so much has been done also, and I can say that Nissan is producing some very, very nice cars. In my opinion, this car handles really well, bearing in mind it's a box-like car. It handles very well with a horsepower of 147 at 5,600 RPM. The handling of this car is really, really nice. Actually, when I drove it, it exceeded my expectations. Yeah, you know, when you see a box-like car, you think of a slow car, but the car handles really, really well. And it's so easy to drive this car. It doesn't feel like a huge car. It's so easy to drive. And also the steering of this car is electric, so it makes it even more easy to drive. And that's it for today, and thank you so much for your continued support. Thank you for subscribing to our channel. Thank you for comments. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing, and help us to get to the threshold of 1,000 subscribers. And I know this is just the beginning of the journey, and so that we can grow together. Thank you so much, and I urge you to continue subscribing and continue supporting us. Thank you.